Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Star Football. If you're new here, you know what to do. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. Today we're talking about the Nigerian Super Eagles. The new coach BRUNO LABBADIA has released his squad for the AFCON Qualifiers games against Benin and Rwanda. The first game will be taking place in Uyo, while Nigeria will travel to Rwanda for the second game. That's what we'll be talking about today. I'll be giving you the squad and telling what I think of the players being called up. So subscribe if you haven't and hit that notification bell. So let's jump right into it. The goalkeepers called up were Stanley Nwabali, Maduka Okoye, and Mas Basugi. Those are the three goalkeepers called by BRUNO LABBADIA for the AFCON qualifiers game against Benin and Rwanda. Then defenders, we have William Troost Ekong, who was not available for Nigeria under Finidi George, but he has been called back to the Nigerian Super Eagles team. Then we have Semi Ajayi, Kevin Bassey, Olisa Nda, the Orlando Pirates centre back, has been called up by BRUNO LABBADIA for the AFCON qualifiers. Then we have Ola Aina, Bright Osai Samuel, and Bruno Onyemaechi. Those are the defenders called up for the AFCON qualifiers. Then the midfielders, we have Alex Iwobi, Frank Onyeka, Al Hassan Yusuf, Wilfred Ndidi, who scored recently for Leicester City. Then we have Fisayo Dele Bashiru, who joined Lazio and this current transfer window. Then lastly in the midfield we have Rafael Onyedika. He has been called up to the Nigerian Super Eagles team. Then forwards we have Ademola Lookman, Samuel Chukwueze, Victor Osimhen, Moses Simon, Kelechi Iheanacho, Taiwo Awoni, and Victor Boniface. Those are the forwards called up by BRUNO LABBADIA for the AFCON qualifiers. Now this is an interesting team because you see that there's no much change from the teams that have been called up in the recent time, especially the team that went to the Africa Cup of Nations and went to the finals. No much changes, but it's exciting to see how BRUNO LABBADIA will use these players because we know he is a German coach and German coaches, they like to attack. Despite his record not being good, I'm expecting him to attack. Unlike Pesero, who played in a very defensive manner, I'm expecting BRUNO LABBADIA to attack with the arsenals he has in his team. So I'm expecting some players here to start in the next game against Benin. Wilfred Ndidi, Alex Iwobi. Those are the players that will probably start in the midfield. There are Ademola Lookman, Victor Osimhen, Moses Simon. Those are the players, and Victor Boniface. Those are the players I'm expecting to start in the forwards. Then defenders, obviously William Troost Ekong has to start because we saw the games Finidi George play with the Nigeria Super Eagles team. We saw that they were missing that controller, that leader in the defense, and that is where William Troost Ekong will step in. Then Calvin Bassey will obviously start. Olisa Nda has been actually very, very good for Orlando Pirates, but I don't think he will start any of the games. Maybe if injury happens or if the coach likes the way he plays or the pattern he plays when they train in the camp before the AFCON qualifiers. But I think players like Olisa Nda would be very, very good in the future for Nigerian Super Eagles since he's a very young player and a very, very talented defender. Then as for Bruno Onyemaechi and Bright Osai Samuel, they might play, but I'm not sure if they are guaranteed status under BRUNO LABBADIA. I'm 100% sure that BRUNO LABBADIA will use the first week in camp or the first few days in camp to assess the players to see the players that match his playing style. I know that he's been watching videos of the Nigerian Super Eagles, the players, following them up with their clubs and how they've been performing in the last few weeks. But I really think that he's going to say, okay, this player fits my style. Let's use this player. I don't know how he will set up. But we saw that Hertha Berlin and Stuttgart, he played with 4-4-4-3-3 style of play. That's the formation he uses. BRUNO LABBADIA uses 4-3-3 formation. So we're expecting the same formation in the Super Eagles team. So if he's using 4-3-3, that's 3 defenders, 3 forwards, 4 defenders. That's how it's going to be. And I'm guessing Ademola Lookman, Moses Simon, Victor Osimhen in front. So Ademola Lookman, Victor Osimhen, and Moses Simon. That could be how he will line up against Benin in the first game. Then in the midfield, I feel it's going to be Wilfred Ndidi, Alex Iwobi, and Frank Onyeka. That is how the midfield work is going to line up against, as if he's using the 4-3-3 formation. Then the defense, expect William Troost Ekong to start after moving to Saudi Arabia. Then we have Calvin Bassey, who is in the center back. Calvin Bassey will be there. Then I don't know if you start with 3 back, but I really doubt you start with 3 back. So Ola Aina and Bruno Onyemaechi, but I'm expecting Ola Aina to play left back and Bright Osai Samuel to play the right back. That is my prediction. That is how I feel Nigeria will line up against Benin in the AFCON qualifiers. Maybe if Nigeria win that game against Benin based on the lineup I gave, that's if Bruno Labbadia used that lineup, I feel that he's going to maintain the same lineup against Rwanda by any injury or any late fitness test and all that. Then for the goalkeeper, obviously we know that Stanley Nwabali will start. Maybe Stanley Nwabali now knows that Maduka Okoye has been on form for Udinese, so he's going to be on his toes. Any mistake, new coach, he will put Maduka Okoye because he's been playing at the highest level. The coach might even start Maduka Okoye against Benin. So that part is very, very tricky because we don't know what will happen. He might decide to say, okay, this is the player that has been playing in Europe. He has more experience. He knows how to play under pressure. He knows how to handle pressure, and will put Maduka Okoye against Benin and Rwanda. It's possible because you feel that Stanley Nwabali is playing in South Africa. It's not the highest level. Let's see if Maduka Okoye can step up. New coach comes with new ideas, and that is what we might expect. That is what we should expect from Bruno Labbadia, because he's coming to change things that have been there. Everyone says, okay, we are new with this. I'm sure it's coming to bring us, ooh, we didn't know we can play like this. We didn't know that this player can play here. We didn't know that we can line up like this. That is what he's bringing. He's coming with a new identity. So Nigeria should be expecting new things from Bruno Labbadia. So I'm expecting new changes. I'm expecting new style of play. I'm also expecting new motivation for the team, but the goal remains the same: qualify for the AFCON and also qualify for the World Cup. That is what Bruno Labbadia wants to achieve with this Super Eagles side he has called up for the AFCON qualifiers. Then if we talk about the midfielders, other midfielders, we have Al Hassan Yusuf. I've never been convinced about Al Hassan Yusuf, despite the glimpse he has showed in the AFCON qualifiers or the AFCON tournament itself. I am not a fan of Al Hassan Yusuf. I'll tell you that. I'm not a fan. He knows how to win the ball, make interceptions and all that, but his passing is terrible. That's what I can say about Al Hassan Yusuf. Then Rafael Onyedika was extremely good. In the last game he played for Nigeria, he was really, really good, and everyone was singing his praises. But I feel that overall, the Alex Iwobi, Frank Onyeka, and is it Frank Onyeka? Yeah, Frank Onyeka and Wilfred Ndidi will be the men to start in the midfield. Then maybe Samuel Chukwueze can come in that. If he doesn't start, he will come as a sub to change the game with his pace. Kelechi Iheanacho has been underwhelming for Leicester in the last season, and he hasn't had the best stats with Sevilla. Came as a sub in the first game, started the second game and didn't perform very well. Then Victor Boniface will obviously be the player to watch, because I'm sure that if the coach decides to use a 4-4-2 formation, it's going to be Victor Boniface and Victor Osimhen up front. That's going to be a recipe for, firing squad for Nigeria, because both strikers can actually score. So Victor Boniface and Victor Osimhen up front is going to be very, very good, but I doubt he uses a 4-4-2 formation. So I think if Victor Boniface doesn't start, he's going to come as a sub to impact the game from the bench. So that is what I think about the game. I would like to know your thoughts. This is Bruno Labbadia's first Nigerian Super Eagles team call-up. Most people are saying that he's not in charge of this particular call-up because he obviously didn't have enough time to pick these players. They are saying that the NFF were the one that called these players up based on the last game and previous performances. That's why William Chukwueze has been called up. So I would like to know your thoughts. What do you think? Do you think Bruno Labbadia was the one that called up these players? Tell me in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you expect ahead of the AFCON qualifiers between Nigeria, Benin, and Rwanda versus Nigeria. The first game will be taking place in Nigeria. Second game, Nigeria will travel to Rwanda. I would like to know your thoughts in the comment section. Subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell. Till next time, guys. Goodbye.